I just have a few closing remarks to make, and inspired partly by Suzanne's comments, I think we might think of ourselves as Dumbledore's army, spent a day in the room of requirement, and now we have to head out and do our work. But seriously speaking, we've had an incredibly rich conversation through the course of the day, thanks to our excellent speakers, our moderators. I hope it's stimulated your thinking. These are difficult issues, but Kelsey and I in Kingston, we go into the office every day and we're paid to work on these things. And I know many of you are retired, or you say you're retired. Some of you are students. Some of you are current diplomats and practitioners. We all, in our different ways, I think, can take some of the ideas and information from this meeting and go out and help advance progress in these areas. I just want to note that we will have video and audio of today's proceedings available on our website within the next couple of days, www.armscontrol.org, of course. We'll also have a transcript of today's event available online later this week. It'll take a few more days. And I want to thank a number of people who made today's event a big success. Something like this takes a team, and my name gets invoked many times, but it's the people that I work with, the board of directors that guide the organization that make it all possible. And so I just want to thank a few people here, especially the sponsors, the key sponsors of today's event. As you've heard a few times, we moved to a bigger space to accommodate the growing interest in our annual meeting, and that was only possible because we have an even larger number of event, reception, table, and individual sponsors. I want to especially thank our event sponsors, Russ Colvin, our table sponsors, David Bernstein, Marty Hellman, Les DeWitt, Deborah Gordon, Catherine Kelleher, Laura Kennedy, Michael Clare, Tori Holt, who just left, Edward Levine, Jan Lodel, Terry Lodge, Tom Graham, Coleman International, Evangelicals for Peace, and the National Association of Evangelicals, and a number of other individuals who made additional contributions in addition to their registration today. And of course, we couldn't do the work of the Arms Control Association without the ongoing and loyal support of our institutional supporters through the years, not the least of which is the Plowshares Fund, which has been supporting the work of the Arms Control Association since well before I became the executive director in 2001, long before Joe Soroncione was at Plowshares. We thank the Plowshares Fund, the Carnegie Corporation of New York, the MacArthur Foundation, and many others listed in the program for making our overall work possible. And it's that ongoing support that really enables us to continue the work year after year, because as you can tell from today's discussion, we've got years more of work ahead of us. But especially I want to thank our Arms Control Association staff team for putting this event together and so well, especially our meeting coordinator, Ilana Simon, and our communications and operations director, Tony Fleming. I think Ilana is outside. And thanks a lot to our in-house graphic designer, Alan Harris, who put together the program for today's conference, along with the advertising materials. He's the guy who's been carrying the camera around. There's Alan, who also makes Arms Control Today look beautiful. So thank you, the three of you in particular, and thanks to Kelsey, to Kingston Reef, Shervin Turan, Alicia Sanders Zachary, and our new Arms Control Today editor, Greg Webb. If you haven't met Greg, check him out at the reception, which will come in just a few minutes. And of course, as I said before, our senior fellow, Michael Clare, who I think is safe to say he's feeling younger again, being at the Arms Control Association office, and we feel more energized because of his energy and wisdom. So these folks are the best in the business, and it's an honor to work with them. And also, because we're not just grooming the next generation of arms control leaders, we're trying to benefit from their productivity. Our team of interns and volunteers today, Isabella, Cole, Tianxi, and Sasha, who helped make today's event go smoothly, thanks to you guys too. And to our board of directors, thank you all for your support. I wanted to ask everybody who I named or mentioned to just rise, and let's give everybody a round of applause. And as I said, this work depends on your support, and almost all of you are already members of the Arms Control Association. We really do appreciate it. We have a small but loyal following, and your contributions help us respond to the topsy-turvy of the Trump era in particular. And there are other ways that you can help as ambassadors of the organization, some of which are listed in the back of the program. Spread the word. Ask your institution to subscribe to Arms Control today. Give a friend, a college student, a gift subscription. Think about how you can take action by contacting your elected leaders. We have a new action alert component to our outreach efforts. And be an ambassador by sharing the resources that we provide. And there's a list of the materials that we produce in addition to Arms Control today. And the best way that we can spread the word is through our friends, our members, and our allies who share that on through their social and professional networks. So whether we succeed, of course, depends not just on what we do in this room, but whether we can build that support beyond this room. And I want to just invoke Larry Weiler again, who's very much on my mind. One of our longest serving members, one of the original members of the board of directors of the Arms Control Association, who wrote back in 1983, which was the year that really got me thinking about these issues when I was a freshman in college, another dark time in the nuclear era. And at that time, Larry wrote in the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, if nuclear policy is to be changed, either fundamentally or with conditions and step by step, those outside the bureaucracies must become involved. This assertion rests on the central historical fact of post-war arms control efforts. Significant restraints in the arms control field have been achieved only when the public became involved. So that is in part our mission. I invite you to help with that, and I thank everyone for being here today. We will begin, as I said before, with our reception in just about 5 minutes. It is open to everybody who has registered. The first drink is on us. Please be sure to pick up a little blue ticket when you go in. Show them your badge. And we will expect Senator Christopher Van Hollen, Democrat of Maryland, your senator, for many of you. He'll be arriving a little bit before 4:30. In the meantime, enjoy a drink, enjoy some hors d'oeuvres, and decompress from today's discussions. Thank you all. We are adjourned.